lost, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Hey, switch gears.
Jackson from the shotgun. Able to find Isabella.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He'll find Harry on the right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 17-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Titans' 15-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
They'll run it. This is Michelle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. From the gun, Jackson. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Next to score, Vikings 7, Titans 0.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Second down, Haskins. Incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay up.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 23. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And the Lions have opened it up, leading now by a couple of touchdowns. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
It's going to be a long set. Switch. Go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Jackson now. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Operating from the gun, Jackson letting one go deep for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
We own them. You're Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, that's good. Jack Rabbit.
To throw again, Jackson. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Michelle. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready. Check the plan. Come on. 52. Here we go. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. On the ball. 52's the Mike, boys. 52. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Rosas' kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now it's Haskins. And they'll find the open man on the right side. It's Kane. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
It's a gain of 17.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. To the right side, complete to Miller. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on second down. Haskins. It's complete. Deion Kane working the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now Lutz for the field goal try. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
5-2's the mic. Mike 5-2. Get your swerve on. Hey, Mike, get your...
They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the lane. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Haskins to throw. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down, Haskins. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe? Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrelson. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They come out here in the eye. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And they will run it with Michelle. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in, Michelle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sony Michel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Joe Mixon. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll indeed go for it with Haskins. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's Isabella open on the right side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jackson. That's out to his running back, Michel. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Switch. Mike 52, Mike 52. Check up, go. No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
To throw is Jackson on third down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fourth down. Here's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield. He's sacked at the 46. Ja'Kai Polite. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's taken down inside the 30. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
On the ground is Michel, looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Pick it up. Mike, 5-5. Mike.
Throwing on second down, Jackson. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, incomplete. Turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Jackson now. Going to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Jackson to throw on third down. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say...
Now he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Sony Michel with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go. Their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now, Haskins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Kane. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. And Miller with it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Deon Cain, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will get them one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Watch the screen.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Haskins will throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's got the hook up to Miller. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now Michelle. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On second down now, Michelle. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. On third down, Michelle. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Vikings, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.